Happy Friday morning, everybody. Mr. G here with the weather forecast. This is Elite Weather Forecasting. We're going to be talking about your weekend weather as well as get you up to date on that potential for some severe weather down across the southern United States and into the southeast. So let's jump into that forecast and take a look at our national radar right now. We do see rain showers. Here's our thunderstorms down here across Oklahoma and North Texas. We got those rain showers and thunderstorms extending into the Ohio Valley as well and up into the mid-Atlantic states. We're seeing this area of heavy rain today that's going to drop as much as 5 inches of rain through parts of southern Ohio and Indiana and Illinois. We're going to be seeing some very heavy rainfall. A few snow showers is going to take place across the upper Midwest and the Central Plains. We have some snow showers out toward the west as well, as we're seeing some snow showers down across the Wasatch Range and through parts of Utah, and we're seeing some snow up in the Pacific Northwest in the mountains as well as we move on through the remainder of today. And here is a closer look at our thunderstorms down across Oklahoma and Texas. We're seeing this nice solid line of showers and storms moving off to the northeast. Luckily, there's no severe watches or warnings posted right now, but we are seeing that vigorous line of thunderstorms heading off to the east-northeast. So if you're, say, Lafayette, Arkansas, Little Rock, get ready for those guys as they head your way, so they will be affecting portions of Arkansas. We're already seeing some of those storms moving into the Memphis area as well. You may receive a glancing blow. I think that mostly they are going to slide just a little bit to the north of Memphis, but I think Memphis might get clipped by the tail end of that first round of storms. But I think they're going to take a more direct hit later this morning by the area of storms coming out of Texas and Oklahoma right now. All right, so here's a look at our severe thunderstorm threat today. We are looking at those potential for tornadoes. We're going to be seeing EF2 tornadoes likely this afternoon right in this area here, northeastern Louisiana, eastern and northwestern Mississippi, southeastern Arkansas. So right in this region here along the lower Mississippi River Valley. Here we're going to be seeing that potential for very large tornadoes. I mean, EF2, large hail and damaging winds in excess of 70 miles per hour. So we're going to be seeing some really strong thunderstorms with heavy rain that's going to lead to the potential of flash flooding as well. And that potential for severe weather extends all the way over into portions of Texas, Oklahoma, and we're going to be seeing that potential for thunderstorms all the way up into northern Kentucky, near Bowling Green and Lexington up there. We're going to be seeing that potential for tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. And then up to the east as well, we're going to be seeing thunderstorms to the northwest of Atlanta, that potential for some severe weather this afternoon out there. And here is a look at our tornado threat. We're going to be seeing EF2 tornadoes possible this afternoon, especially right in this region here. We're going to be seeing that potential for very large tornadoes down across the lower Mississippi River Valley today. So northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, western Kentucky, western Tennessee. We're going to be seeing that potential for rather strong tornadoes possible this afternoon and into the evening hours tonight. Damaging wind threat is going to be there as well, and we're going to be seeing those winds potentially exceed 75 miles per hour across the great southern, the lower Mississippi River Valley. Again, that threat went from the wind's going to be a little bit further to the north. We're going to be seeing that extend into Kentucky, western Tennessee, northwestern Mississippi, southeastern or eastern Arkansas, southern Missouri. So we're going to be seeing a fairly large area here with that potential for 75 mile per hour wind gusts, where we're going to be seeing those damaging winds from some of those very powerful thunderstorms moving through. Our severe threat starts to move to the east, and then on Saturday, we're going to see the possibility of severe thunderstorms down across the South Carolinas and Georgia, eastern Alabama, North Florida as well. I think the threat tomorrow will weaken because most of our energy is going to be heading off toward the northeast, so we won't have quite as much in the way of the dynamics needed for severe thunderstorms, but we will pick up some isolated severe storms tomorrow as we head in through the weekend down across the southeastern U.S. and into Florida. Here's our rainfall outlook for this event here. Well, we're going to be seeing the possibility of 2 to 3 inches for the rain for the most part across portions of I cough with every video. Especially on YouTube, portions of the Tennessee Valley, right in this region here, we're going to be seeing some very heavy rainfall, particularly around some of those thunderstorms. So those storms are definitely going to be putting down some higher rainfall rates as we see our severe weather move through this afternoon and through the day on Saturday. Now let's take a look at our flood potential here across the Tennessee Valley and portions of the lower Ohio Valley as well. We're going to be seeing that potential for flash flooding or flood from that heavy rainfall across parts of the Mid-South today as well. All right, here's a look at our big map for the weekend here. We're going to have another kind of a reprieve from the atmospheric rivers across California. A weaker storm will bring some snow across the portions of the Pacific Northwest. We're going to be seeing some snow across the northern Rockies this weekend as we have a weaker storm that's going to be tracking off toward that way. Warmth across the south as we have that warm air coming up off the Gulf of Mexico and off the southeastern United States, as we do have high pressure over this part of the country that will bring in that warmer air. But that warm air would also help to trigger some of that rainfall across the southeast as we see heavy rain and thunderstorms across the southeastern U.S. And then that low pressure center is going to be bringing some wintry precipitation to parts of the Great Lakes, the upper Midwest, and into the northeast and New England as well. We're going to be seeing wintry mix and some snow across the interior of the northeast and in the higher elevations this weekend. Now let's take a look at region by region as we talk about what we're going to be seeing across the northeast and the mid-Atlantic states. We have high pressure over Canada that's going to be bringing those cold winds down off to the northeast there. So a chilly breeze that's going to be meeting down with this area of low pressure coming up from the south that's going to be spreading some of those rain showers and thunderstorms coming up toward the northeast as we head on into this weekend. So the Ohio Valley, we're going to be dealing with some wet weather and some rain showers and thunderstorms over that way. Not much in the way of severe. I'm not worried about too much severe. Maybe a random isolated severe storm might pop up, but I'm not looking for any widespread severe weather with this activity as it comes through the Ohio Valley and head towards the mid-Atlantic states. Now, as we take a look at our storm as it evolves on Saturday, we're going to be looking at a little bit more in the way of wintry precipitation through southern Canada, the interior of the Northeast, and the upper Midwest as well. So Michigan, Wisconsin, portions of Iowa, northern Illinois might see a little bit of snow, rain and snow mix. Not accumulations will be light, so it's not going to be a heavy snow situation, but we will see rain and snow mix across the Chicago area. We're going to be seeing rain showers through the Ohio Valley, rain through parts of the mid-Atlantic states, through Pennsylvania, West Virginia as well. But when you get into upstate New York, rain and snow mix, some mixed precipitation. A little bit of freezing rain might be possible as well. We'll see our snow across the New England states. So we're talking about Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and extreme northern upstate New York. We're going to be seeing that potential for some snowfall. Up here in southern Canada, we might actually see as much as a foot of snow through some locations in that area. But for the most part, for the U.S., this storm is not going to be that impactful as far as snowfall totals. You will have some slippery roadways out there, as we will have some wintry precipitation through some parts of the upper Midwest and into the Great Lakes, as our area of low pressure is going to be centered right over the boot of Michigan. Windy conditions will pick up as well on the backside of this low pressure center as it moves on off to the northeast. So things will start to get quite breezy across the Ohio Valley and into the mid-Atlantic as well on the backside of this low pressure center as it moves on off to the northeast. Here's a look at some of our snowfall potential, and we can see 6 to 12 inch across portions of the interior of New England there. So we're talking northern Maine, northern Vermont, and New Hampshire. We can see at least a 3 to 6 inch snow band right across this region here. Most of the heavier snow is going to fall in Canada and in northwestern Maine. But for the most part, a few inches for the U.S. side of this storm, and that's going to mostly be confined to New England. I don't see much snow taking place down across most of upstate New York or in Pennsylvania. So the snow drought continues for folks down to the south, but we're going to be seeing mostly rainfall across this region here in the mid-Atlantic states and into parts of the I-95 corridor. So more rain and some thunder for those folks in those regions. All right, now let's take a look at what's going to happen on Saturday as we get strong winds to move in behind our area of low pressure here on the backside here and through parts of the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. We're going to be seeing winds blow between 50 and 60 mile an hour. These are going to be those wind gusts out there. So very windy conditions through parts of the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes and the interior of the Northeast as we head through the day on Saturday and into Sunday. So it's going to be some power outages possible with some of those high wind gusts and everything. And that could also create some problems for high-profile vehicles like semi-trucks. So please be careful out there on the highways if you are driving a vehicle that's prone to being affected by high winds. All right, so as we take a look at your Sunday, our big northeast storm starts to move on out, but we're going to be seeing those windy conditions move into the northeast and New England, and it's going to be quite chilly as well as we get on the backside of that low pressure and some of that cooler air gets brought in from Canada, but that will be short-lived as we will have another surge of milder air starting to come up from the south as we work our way into the upcoming work week here. So that is a look at the Northeast. Let's talk about the Southwest as we have another round of atmospheric river storms to be coming through. But in the meantime, it will be cold as we wait the arrival of the next storm. We will see cooler conditions. We are talking about daytime highs 20 to 20 degrees below the seasonal average for this time of the year throughout most of the Rockies and into California as well. So the high plains, the Rockies, and the Southwest going to be quite chilly for this time of the year as far as high temperatures are concerned. So that is going to be something that we are going to have to continue with as we head through the weekend here. And we are waiting for the next big storm to bring some rainfall to the West Coast. So we're going to be seeing a rainstorm coming in Monday through Wednesday next week. And we're looking at heavy rain and more potential for flooding across California. And we're going to be looking for heavy mountain snow and more drought busting and beneficial rainfall for the state of California again in the western U.S. So definitely get on out there and this is what we've been dealing with this winter, a very unusual winter for the western United States. I mean, it's unbelievable, but it's going to remain kind of chilly and cold across the northern tier of the nation. We're talking about the High Plains and the Northern Rockies and the Pacific Northwest will remain on the cold side as this troughing in the jet stream holds in across the western half of the United States. All right, that was your weather forecast coming up for the next several days and through the weekend. My name is Mr. G. I'll be back tomorrow with any updates to this forecast. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a good one. Remember, leave your comments and likes, and remember to leave and subscribe to the channel. Bye-bye.